Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Dr. Boyd, I recently had a meeting of my Veterans Advisory Council back in my district, and one of the issues that was raised by several of the veterans who attended the meeting was about the community providers under the Mission Act, being able to search them on the VA's website. But in an area like mine, which is very rural, and where high-speed internet is spotty at best and cell phone service is almost non-existent in certain areas, if you don't have access to a website or can't pull up the VA's website on your phone, how does a veteran go about searching what community providers are available under the Mission Act?
So just a couple of things for that. First of all, before we rolled out, June 6th Mission Act, we ensured that every VA medical center had the capability from the incoming phone lines to press 6 for more mission information. That's the one thing. But what you're asking is something that has a different twist to it as well. Veterans need to engage with their facility, with their VA clinic, their provider, in order to get into that system. There's no direct reaching out to the community providers. And that discussion then will be had at the VA center. So, and if Dr. Greenstone has anything to add on that, because he truly is in that area.
Yeah. Thank you. It's a very important question, reaching out to our rural veterans who may not have access. And so clearly, like Dr. Rowe mentioned, the telephone is going to be one way that you can certainly get information. And if you contact someone, we can actually go to our directory and find out where that veteran lives and what kind of providers are in their sort of neighborhood, if you will, or close to them. But then, as Dr. Boyd mentioned, in order to access those providers in the community, it has to be initiated by a request for care from a provider within the VA. So that would be one thing. And then at that time, anytime you're working directly with a provider and a veteran, that provider has access to see the providers in the community, the average wait times in the VA, and eventually we plan on being able to demonstrate the average wait times in the community for a comparison to take place at that point in time.
Okay. So and another question I wanted to ask was about the same-day services initiative. I want you to just expand a little bit on that initiative. Does that always mean a face-to-face appointment? Are there other areas where you can get help, telehealth? What does that exactly mean?
You're absolutely right, and I'll let Dr. Kirsch answer that. It's from her office, but you're absolutely right, and that's a super question.
Thank you for that question, and I wanted to provide some further detail in that this has been a pretty robust effort over the last couple of years to ensure that in primary care, mental health, substance use disorder, that we have the ability for a veteran to contact us and for us to take an action essentially. While, as we heard previously, 20% of the time it may result in a face-to-face appointment, we know, as has been pointed out previously, that this can be addressed through fulfilling a medication or assessing the patient and determining that that patient needs to be seen for some knee pain in 2 weeks as the appropriate follow-up. So it really is about addressing the need of the veteran that day, ensuring that there's not something urgent that is happening, and then ensuring that it happens in the way the veteran wants that. It's in a text message follow-up, or if it's in a phone call follow-up. That is our goal, is to be veteran-centric.
And just to follow up on that a little bit, in the written testimony, GAO said that ongoing staffing and space shortages have created challenges for implementing and sustaining same-day services. What are you doing to help those facilities with that challenge?
So overall, since 2013, we have increased staff very significantly by approximately 50,000 staff, and 63% has been an increase in schedulers specifically. Our office was engaged with GAO, and I think one of the report is not yet final, but the recommendation was really only around measuring what we do. As you heard previously, having a telephone follow-up or a secure messaging follow-up is not as easy to measure, and to roll that and understand how we're doing in that area. And to that end, we have I have been engaged with the National Quality Forum to help us, assist us in understanding the best way to measure a same-day service.
Thank you. I see I'm out of time, so thank you for your responses.